So to design the piece, we first use CAD software. We use Autodesk Inventor. We draw first this half of the shape, and then revolute it around this axis to finally have the Mexican man with a hat. Uh, Thinking about that, in the end we will have a stock of 2 inches and a half. We designed this to have a maximum diameter of 40 millimeters. Then, as the project requirements says, we designed the length of this piece to be something around 95 millimeters. That's it.
Now here we have the process plan for the Mexicanito workpiece. The first step is to have a facing using a right roughing tool. Here you can see the depth of cut, the feed rate and the speed, as well as the offset that we're using. Second one, we will have three roughing passes. The first one is using the right roughing tool, the second one is using the neutral roughing tool, and the third one is using the left roughing tool. Each one will work in a different section of the Mexicanito workpiece. The fifth step is a grooving in the belly of the Mexicanito workpiece, and then after the fifth step we start with the finishing. Being that we already have the grooving tool equipped, we start with a finishing groove cycle. Then we change to the finishing right tool. After that we use the left finishing tool and then the neutral finishing tool to reach the unreachable section of our Mexicanito. As you can see, each task has its own feed rate, speed in RPMs, and linear speed, as well as its offset. To start with our HCAM program, we have the Mexicanito piece. The first step is to do a facing with the right roughing tool. As we can see in the video, it starts this. The second step is to have a roughing all along the section of the Mexicanito piece using the right roughing tool. Then we change to the neutral tool to reach these closed sections. After this, we change to the right roughing tool to do the roughing parts in which the other two tools didn't reach. The next one, we have the grooving in the Mexicanito's belly. Then after this step we start the finishing to have a nice texture on our workpiece. We're using the right finishing tool. Then we change to the left finishing tool in three different parts of the piece, and finally we have the neutral tool again to reach that part in which none of the other two can reach. To finish our workpiece, we're making the parting off at the end.
My conclusions are the following. First of all, I really had some trouble with the grooving section. When I designed the piece, I thought about certain length and a certain depth in the piece, but then I realized that the tool from the machine was bigger than the grooving section, so I have to make it larger. I mean, the grooving section. Then we have some issues with the stock when we want to actually machine the part, and we have to change it at the last time, so it took like 10 minutes, something like that, but we succeeded. And well, uh, we learned that it's not we learned that is not just an issue of being set in a chair and designing. We have to think about the material, the available material, and the dimensions of both the tool and the piece.